So every piece of content you post must be slightly different and unique to the sites that you're using. It would be easy to write one piece of content and then you want to go and throw that on those 15 different sites. Do not do that. At least try to make that content slightly different, slightly unique if you wanted to take that one piece of content and use it for other sites. If you don't want to pay anybody, you could write the content yourself. But if you don't want to do it yourself, it's crucial you pay attention on each lecture. In one of those lectures, I talk about my ninja way of doing it. You can use my quick and easy content creation that I show in there that's really going to help you and save you ton of money and ton of time. But if you want to write this yourself, you can do it in 15-30 minutes. You can just sit down and write an article. In 15 minutes, you could write variations of the same article to make it unique enough to go on different websites. Or you can just pay someone. I'm the type of person that I don't really necessarily like to write, so I pay people to do it for me, especially for topics that I know are profitable, but I'm not very passionate about. So because if I sat down to write about the topic I'm not passionate about, that article is gonna stink. It's gonna be stinker because there's not gonna be a passion and there's not gonna be happiness or anything illuminating out of that article to touch the readers enough to make them take actions on my words. I recommend you can pay someone. You can find talented and affordable writers who understand SEO and copywriting on odesk.com. If you wanted to go to the paid route, and that's the route I recommend, screen some readers on odesk.com, get them to send you some samples of their article, get their rates, whether it's per hour, per article, per word, or something. Find out what they're charging and go that route. Now, a lot of people are gonna think Fiverr. Fiverr is, yes, it's cheap, but it's risky. Fiverr is good for a lot of things, but the content isn't necessarily one of them. Yes, there are talented writers on Fiverr who provide excellent service for $5. They give you a really great article, but the waiting process for that, finding that one person to write stellar content for you could get very expensive. And I don't know if you have $5 bills just to throw around all day long to find someone who can write something when you can have Odesk and found someone had the job done already for much cheaper. Yet again, yes, Fiverr is cheap, but it's risky. You can't expect the content that's actually gonna do its job from Fiverr, more than likely. Plus, it's not gonna be unique. A lot of those sellers will take the same PLR content and they sort of rewrite it a little bit and then give it to you, and who knows how many people are using the same content. Or you could also look at warriorforum.com marketplace. I found many great writers there for reasonable rates actually. And what I like about Warrior Forum as well, as if somebody does a terrible job, it's a forum, somebody's gonna say the person ripped me off or the person did the amazing job, and it will make a lot easier for you find someone good there. Warriorforum.com marketplace is the place if you don't want to go to our Odesk route, then go over there and find somebody. Once you get this piece of content, you write it and somebody else write it, whatever. You have it in front of you. An easy way to make that thing, the article, unique enough to post them on 15 different sites or make a video or something out of the content is to spin the content with something like thebestspinner.com. If it's that in your budget, it's yearly fee, I guess. Anyway, you've got to check it out yourself, the current price. So it's really a great piece of software and does a great job for what it's advertised for. If you can afford that, then get it. But if you can't, then make the content as unique as possible by hand. Once you have keyword, niche, market, product, and all that stuff that you want to promote, identify the 3 sites you like to work with the most. You've got your article. Maybe you've got your 3 unique articles. If you're posting on 3 different sites, then you can begin the process of posting that content to different sites. After we can get backlinks and stuff, it's going to be covered a bit later, and then you should start to see your ranking shoot up. Once you have all the stuff, it's time to begin. Just one quick thing that I want to touch on before I move on is time expectations. I know I make this seem very easy, and it is actually. But the whole thing is a lot of people are gonna go into this thinking, well, I'm gonna rank 50 different sites. I'm gonna cover the entire first page of Google with my keyword. And look, that's possible. You can do that, but a lot of people are thinking that they can do it in 3 hours. You and I have to use logical sense here. Well, with some of these keywords, we can absolutely take on 1 to 3 spots in Google for a particular keyword in just 24 hours. Some of them rankings that you're gonna get are gonna take a few days to show up, and then because once Google crawls the content and they have to index it, and then they have to decide exactly where they're gonna put it, so it dances around. You might get on the first page of Google 2 days later and you come back to look and it's dropped off. 4 days later it's back, but in the reality it's depending on the competition and the strength of the keyword you're trying to target. That's the main factor that depends when you get ranked. Using the authority of different sites is much easier than building your own site and trying to build that up into something that you and others can trust, and because you're going to be using those authority sites and you're going to get ranked much faster, but some of the keywords are going to take a little bit longer to rank than the others. But once they get there, here's the great part. Once they get there, they're stuck. They're going to be there for a long time, and while other sites are going to dance around, your listing on page 1 is going to either move up or move down, but it's going to stay on page 1. That's definite. So if you had expectations of ranking 50 different sites by tomorrow's dinner time, I'm sorry, that's probably not going to happen. But if you want to rank 50 different listings in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks from now on, that's totally possible. Because it's going to be much faster with these authority sites than building a brand new site and then waiting months and months. So it's better to wait a couple of weeks than a couple of months or years to start getting those rankings and start getting your money as a result of having those rankings.